not to be rude or anything, but I mean, you are 10 foot back, but all of a sudden you hear a windy ring, and a massive saw blade travels from. 1 second. I'm going to freehand this. Travels in this area and this area. Two massive saw blades that reach from the ceiling to the floor. They move forward at such a quick pace. I'm going to go ahead and do my attack against you. We'll
Out
see.
of 6 rows, that's the one you chose.
I got to roll 2. It's random, so it's a 1 through 6. I get to roll 6-sided 2 times, and I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 5, and you can see it in chat. So.
Yep, you did. I'm looking at it.
No, I don't got you. I'm just bitching to bitch.
That's okay. Daddy's got you.
Yeah, with fucking saw blades.
Alright, so that is a 21 versus armor class as the saw just rips through you, I think. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's only, I think it's saved or 17 or 18.
Okay.
18 armor class, doesn't matter.
Oh man, you got lucky. I rolled 2 1s. So you take a total of 12 damage, and you are pushed back as well. You're pushed back 1 square, so let's go ahead and push you back 1 square. So you basically, and Cal and Ron's, you see these 2 massive, looks like shark fins, coming right for the rogue, and the rogue tries to get out of the way, but he just doesn't react fast enough. And these blades just cut him up. Really, I mean, the blades cut him up pretty good. And then the room goes quiet again. Now let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Now I see why y'all don't go first.
2 crit initiatives, come on.
I wish you could undo a buy.
Yep, we rolled 2 crits. That means Dave gets 4.
And this thing gets 3 attacks around as well. Alright, so I need to do a, let's see, 24, 14, and 4. And I'm kind of putting my own spin on this trap as well, so. Alright, so you guys hear all of these, sort of like these mechanisms clicking and whatnot. And the blades disappear, but yet you can still hear this amonisis, and you're starting to recover from your wounds a little bit.
Okay, well, as I fall back towards my comrades.
Well, you're still there, but it's Terran's turn. I'm just saying you're pushed back and you're starting to recover from your wounds. However, you still hear mechanisms clicking, and it seems like this thing is still running. So, all right.
That's what I was going to do. I was just going to roleplay, tell them what I...
Absolutely.
What
Please
happened.
feel free to.
As I stable myself up against the door frame and realize that I have lost close to half my life, I proceed to look back and tell them that there is saw blades that are placed in this room throughout slits in the floor and the ceiling, and they are faster than I am, actually.
And these blades are 20 foot because the ceiling is 20 foot high. So these blades stretch the entirety from the ceiling to the floor. These are some
Are
big
they all
frickin'
running
saw blades.
east and west, or are some of them running north and south?
Nope, they ran from east to west.
And so
Because you actually thought that blade was coming right for you, Cal. When you saw this thing slice and throw blood everywhere, you thought that you were next, and you put your shield up, and then it just disappeared. But you guys can now. Everybody can hear the the mechanisms running and everything. So, but all right, Taryn, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and role play that out. My bad, Eamon.
Oh, I just continue to explain that how the attack, the quickness of the attack came from the slits in the floor and the ceiling, and that obviously my first step on the first plate, on the first tile, tripped it. So we must think this through as to how we get past this room.
And it was a 30 perception to notice it, but I rolled a 28 for you passively. And that's ridiculous for this level, a 30. But I guess I just don't want this to be noticed, actually. Not off the bat. I mean, you noticed it now, but yeah.
Well, yeah. So I'm just sitting here, bloodied at what, 19 health, in the doorway. After I explain everything.
The base
to
of
him,
this map,
continue
Sigmar, I actually made this
the turn tracker.
with a program. All right, Taryn, what are you doing? You get your actions. What are you doing, man? Well, you get an action, so do whatever you want, and then we're gonna move on. Ron's? Uh-oh.
What about me?
You're up.
I shouldn't be. It should be Taryn.
Oh, damn it. Why did my tracker... Taryn, sorry, you're up. My bad, Ron's.
You good?
You there, Taryn?
Wolf, you there?
Yeah, I forgot my mic got muted. Okay, mine are to do a healing word on the rogue. That's
This is just my luck.
that's a crappy roll.
1d6 plus what?
Surge.
Oh,
1d6 plus a surge value.
I
And you have to
searched that.
deduct a healing surge. Same as my healing word, guy.
And of course, the wolf is just gonna move up to the door,
Okay.
and we're gonna do
It's a
another
sacrificial pet.
No. I motion that it's a bad idea for the wolf to move forward.
minor. He won't
You're-
listen though.
You're right. I think we should use your ferret.
Wow, ouch.
Ouch. And that's it for me.
All right.
Sorry, man. I had to go there.
So,
Just mean.
first off, you notice a couple things. Eamon, you notice that there is oil starting to now come up and seep up through the holes on the floor. You know, the long slits. So now it appears that you're definitely going to lose movement. So basically every square is going to cost you double movement now as well, because of the hazard of the oil being on the ground. And it has filled up basically the floor, and it doesn't look good. This is a slippery, and you can definitely tell that it's oil because you can smell it. It's like a grease.
Couldn't we just get a running start and slide across the floor?
Nice.
Can you imagine a wolf
Slip
trying
and
to do
slide,
that on all
man.
4 paws?
All right, so
Awesome.
you see that happen, and as you also see the oils and the grease starting to come up through the slits on the floor, it is also dripping from the ceiling as well. And you also hear blades starting to come towards you, and you can hear these blades getting louder. Alright, and a blade zings right up to you, Amon-Isis, and disappears. Falls right back down to the floor. That same blade that just cut you up almost got you again. So thankfully, you were not in the same position because you would have got rocked.
Did when I saw that blade, when I realized it was the same blade, was I able to notice any sort of time reference between the first time and the second time I saw it?
It's probably about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Alright, so I'm gonna, let's see, I am going to make a red tile that basically will stretch the entire length of the floor. So you guys see this? This is the row that was just affected by that saw blade. Blade goes back into the ground. And you can hear the gears still clicking. So Kaladin, what are you doing? And then the blade disappears.
Well, if the wolf hadn't have gotten in my way, I'd have went up there and done a perception check to see if I could see anything with the rest of those plates, to see if maybe they had pressure points underneath them. But I'll just stand here and look foolish.
Yeah, I made it with a an add-on for Paint.net. My friend made it for me, and it's an add-on. So you're just gonna kind of hang out then?
That's it. Just gonna hang out.
All right. Rons, what are you doing?
Would I be able to do something like a engineering check to see if I can see how this trap works or anything? Or if
Sure,
there's
you
a
can
way
give
to
me a
do it.
dungeoneering check. Yeah, I'd like for you to.
Before I do that, I want to pull out a crossbow bolt, cast light's glow on it, or sun's glow on it, and toss it in the middle of the room.
You want to cast on a glow stick again?
On a crossbow bolt. I already
okay.
I already deducted the bolt.
Gotcha.
Right there.
All right.
And it's a 4x4. Or 5 squares every direction.
It's 5 squares.
Yeah.
Is it bright? Any dim, or is it all bright?
It's bright.
All right, there you go. 25. And you wanted to toss it there, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And then now I want to do kind of a dungeoneering check.
Okay.
So close. Actually, I can't even roll a 30 with that. That sucks. Do I do anything?
I will.
I leaned forward and I asked Turvix if he would mind stepping back in preparations of me moving forward into his spot.
Cervix. Love it.
I'm going to call him by his real name.
So, with your dungeoneering check, dungeoneering check is totally different than perception. So, you are able to determine that this is an old, ancient type of trap that is under the floor, there's gears that are keeping this running. And you're also able to determine that this is not going to turn off until you either break the blades somehow, or you find a control box or a control panel for this, because that is the only way that you're going to, with all of your studies and dungeoneering, especially being a dwarf, you know that this thing can be turned off, but where, you just have no clue. But you know that there are blades for every, because now you can see that, you know, you can see all of the oil. You can see that, you know, the oil is going into the cracks. The oil that is actually coming out of the, this is like a massive gauntlet, basically.
Do you need blades attack every single row, or can I say if they attack every row?
You've seen that Amon had a blade come at him twice. What he's told you besides that, I don't think he's said anything else. So you haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. I'm gonna tell the rest of the group that what I've been told by you. And I think that we should check this room for a possible hidden switch or controlling mechanism before we try and do anything in the next room. Just in case. Unless we've already done that.
We haven't looked for any sort of specific switch or anything.
Now, you guys haven't found any other doors or anything like this. This is literally the only way that you guys have been able to go. I mean, except for if you want to, you know, break the iron grate and find out what's down into the hole.
Pass.
Yeah, I'd rather take my a chance with blades coming at me than that.
I mean, completely forgetting the fact that it's a bottomless pit. There's also something flying around down there.
Oh, you don't know it's bottomless.
Well,
you don't know it's bottomless.
it's pretty damn close. And I'm pretty sure we don't have enough rope to reach the bottom.
Oh God, no! You definitely don't,
So
because
there's no
you
way
saw
that I'm
that.
staying there.
Yeah, it was probably 150 feet that you saw that, you know, the rave glow stick disappear. It was probably about
Being a
150
dwarf
feet.
with dungeoneering,
All right, so Ron's, what are you doing? What
Um,
else?
I'm gonna look around the room. I'm gonna go look over at the those shackles and see if there's anything over there I can put my thing.
Okay. All right, so that's basically it. You've done all of your actions. I'll
Yeah,
let you check next round.
That's it.
So, what are you doing, Amon?
Well, as I feel better now, since I'm in much better health,
Yeah, you definitely feel better.
I want to try to remember about that acid bucket over there. Did I notice that it had any sort of handles or anything on that bucket?
Nope, just a wooden bucket, no handles, nothing. Not even the little handles on the side. It just looks like a bucket that holds the liquid.
I kind of address the group. Do you think we could take that acid
Oh my
and
God!
pour it on, say, this first or second tile of the saw blade that we know is right here, and in, I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 passes, it's got to burn through some of those gears down there and maybe stop a blade on one of these?
I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
I mean, if it chewed through that bone and it chewed through everything else,
I'm not carrying a bucket though.
Who's the most dexterous? You are, Eamon.
wow,
You're elected.
There you go.
How heavy is that thing? Do I know how heavy it is?
Attaboy.
Is it grab?
It's probably about 15 pounds, 15, 20 pounds.
You'll do just
Okay.
fine.
It's something I could grab.
User
Right?
left your channel.
Sure. But just think, you have all that oil you're messing with as well, so you are basically at half movement now.
Well, I have oil all over me.
No, I'm talking on the floor. Oil is dripping from the ceiling, in the gauntlet
Oh, no,
type
no,
of
no.
room.
I wasn't going to go into it. I was going to stand where I am now
Hmm.
because that blade comes all the way to the plate that's in front of me, right?
Correct.
I was going to pour that acid on that one plate because if that blade comes all the way here, when it comes the next time, it's going to start getting into that acid, and eventually, after 2 or 3 passes, my theory would be the acid would burn through the floor into the gears that are running that blade on that one row that I know the blade runs on, and possibly destroy the gears that are running that one blade. Because if I can get one of these rows to stop, we may be able to cross this room even with the oil.
Yeah. That's a pretty good assumption. I like that.
So, I will try to
Or
leave.
just lock the blades in the on position. Since seeing as how they come from the ceiling. Like, we wouldn't be actually physically hurting the blade at all.
I'm just trying to figure out how we see if there's something in this room that will turn it off. Or we've got to try to navigate it. Which is probably a bad idea. Anyway, I want to see if I can do it. I mean, if I can't, then I'm just destroying that one tile anyway, so.
Alright, so you can pick the bucket up. Everyone stands back. You're able to get it over there to the edge of the tile. I guess you kind of slosh it down onto
That tile, that first one.
So I guess you're being super cautious to where you don't get anything on top of you as well, right? Or on
yeah.
you, or
I'm taking as much precaution as I could possibly muster.
all right. So you dump it out. The entire bucket empties. You actually see some starting to run down into the slit of the floor as well. But it made a pretty nice little puddle there.
It's just a matter of time to see if it will destroy any of the gears or not.
All right. So Amon, you notice that there is a blade. You hear the blade making a noise again. And this is what you see. And then it disappears.
Oh, see, that's freaking awesome. I like that.
You like that?
I don't know what you did, but that was pretty cool.
But that extends to the entirety of from the roof to ceiling. So, all right, Kev Ward, what are you doing? See if these guys can get through the gauntlet. I mean, they're going to have to go through the gauntlet. I mean, there's just no way around it. Way around it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we tell if the oil is flammable, Dave?
You can't. I mean, you can look at it. I mean, you know that some oil is flammable, sure.
Okay.
This is really going to be good. Now they're going to set the entire
okay,
place
go
on
ahead,
fire.
Arc,
Oh my god.
lightning.
Ooh,
That's
jumping
square
into
right
it.
there.
Hmm?
We're just we're gonna tear this damn building down.
Okay, go ahead, arc lightning. That's fine. See what happens.
The whole room ignites.
I mean, we're
Ceiling
just
and
like,
all.
we're like lighting things on fire, chunking acid at it. We're just tear this shit up.
You just cast lightning into a
Yeah, do
fucking
one
room
or-
full. Well, I mean, you're just hitting the tile, right?
Yeah.
Well, just make that an automatic hit. So, as you cast your lightning, it does spark. It does catch the oil on fire, but it explodes. So everyone is in the blast. I'm gonna do a blast of 5.
Oh shit.
Am I in the blast?
It is yes, you're engulfed in the blast as well. It wraps around the wall and hits you as well. So I'm going to do a attack versus reflex on this, and I'm going to use the same attack as the same bonus as the trap as well. So
Hey, hang on a second. If it's a blast, how large is the blast?
you just set an entire room on fire,
Okay.
an entire, 8 by 6 room, so 40 by 30 feet. You just ignited, hundreds of square feet of oil.
I
So
thought I heard you say it was a close, like a blast 5 or something. So sorry. Getting tired.
no, it's all right. You guys, it's 1 o'clock. I mean, we can call it here if you want to, and we'll continue next week with attack rolls versus fire. Because I mean, you got to think about it. That's such a blast when you have an 8 by 6 floor space ignite. Just the combustion of that fire is going to wrap around walls. It's going to hit It's going to hit at least half a room. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to act as like a major blast.
Okay, there's a point. There's got to be a point
Mhm.
where whatever it is down there, that dragon, he's heard two hands, a fishing rod go down, and now a room explode. There's a point where he's gonna be like, dude, who the hell is coming down here?
I mean, Kevward just, he was like the emperor. Now you will die. And then he, takes his fingertips and shoots his frickin' lightning out. And just, it sparks up the entire room. And you gotta, like I said, it's 8 tiles across by 6 tiles down. That's 48 tiles of oil. When that lights, it blows and it
Plus
hits
the ceiling.
the ceiling. There's another 48 feet that's just dripping with this oil. So
Okay,
yes,
just
there's
get the
going
attack
to be
rolls.
an explosion. There is definitely going to be a
I'm
combustible
thinking that
explosion.
dragon
Let's go ahead and take the damage.
like,
All right,
he's
so
getting all, like,
Everybody
scared.
shut up.
so do you guys
Just
want
do
to? Seriously, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We can continue this next week if you guys want to. It is getting pretty late.
Let's just do the damage really quick, then we can stop.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the trap
Man, I
damage
totally
as well.
should have told you that, Kadosh.
I think it's funny.
All right, so the wolf.
I mean, it's not funny if we all died in a fucking oily room.
The wolf is 30 versus reflex.
My god, he's dead.
Ow.
20 points of damage to the wolf.
The
Gone.
wolf just goes up in smoke.
Fricasseed wolf.
Disappears.
You'll have to find another companion now. He's gone.
Eamon, 23 versus reflex.
Oh yeah.
You get hit for a total of 12 fire damage, and you are pushed back 5 squares. The blast knocked
As
your
I'm-
ass back.
As I'm going past everybody in slow motion, I'm
Yeah.
just waving at them. Yahoo!
Alright, Cal. You're actually able to block the shield. You hold your shield up, you brace for impact, and the fire just wraps around you. Sort of like in an aerodynamic state, like you see the cars and the wind going over the cars. That's basically what happened to you. And now that fire and wind is going into Kevward, which is standing directly behind you. And Kevward, it is a 25 versus reflex.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And Kevward, you take a total of 19 fire damage, and you are pushed back 5 squares as well.
as he goes over top of me, I just kind of reach out and touch his butt.
All right, the druid